'Cause real men shave their faces. Real men shave their faces.
Good morning, Stinky Daily Shaver. This morning it's some more love for Noah. This is a sample that Scott Ostermiller posted me all the way from the United States. It's Katie's Bubbles and it smells of s'mores. I tell ya, I've never eaten one, but when you smell this, you feel like having some. Pressed it into my bowl, and this is a shave for Noah. Now, I wasn't going to have a shave for Noah. Well, let's start from the beginning. I was going to have a shave for Noah. I was going to show off and have one yesterday to show off the fact that I'm ahead of all you in the United States. God thought he'd take my hubris and change my day. So I spent my day driving back and forth from the Sunshine Coast to drop a friend back who'd been staying with me back at Nambour. He's been ill and I couldn't trust him to a train. So my day yesterday was a great day, but it was not. Shave for Noah. Noah is a great kid. His dad, Scott Ostermiller, you all know him, the clean shaver. And his son Noah is just the bee's knees. They're living with a kid who's got challenges, whether it's physical, mental. It's a lot of work for a parent. Now, fathers are great, but mothers carry the load. So Mrs. Ostermiller, my hat off to you. Everybody forgets. Also, brothers and sisters. I have a Down syndrome sister. Still lives at home with me mum. And she's just an absolutely brilliant girl, but she got to be where she is because of her brothers and sisters. We never let her get away with not talking. She wanted some, she had to say please and thank you. It's amazing the result this had. A polite young lady that loves God and really a credit to everybody. She works, she holds down a sheltered workshop job part-time now because she's getting older and participates in the community, helps others. As she'll tell you, as she goes bowling with a picture of Jesus up on the side, that's a secret weapon for getting good scores. Oh, I love the smell of this. Now, Noah, I can't remember the name of it. It's that genetic pain, the tossle, that causes kids not to know when they're full. And so, as good parents are, they know that the best thing they can give their son is a lifetime of good habits. And that means teaching their son, who's a kid, to say no to things that every other kid accepts as being normal. Now, I'll point out, most of the things that kids are allowed to do these days is not normal and it's not good for them. So they have to teach their son good habits when every other kid is getting away with near murder. And that is hard work. Any parent who has a child with any sort of compromised immune system or health or mental stuff, it's hell on the parents. Kids survive anything. You could drop a building on a kid and someone will come along and rescue me. And the people that do the rescuing, mum and dad. Just got some powder on my hands. So I just want to say cheers to Scott and Mrs. Ostermiller. I can't remember. So this is the shave, recognising that one of our community. And I remember last year, donating towards the charity. Now, Scott could raise all that money for himself. And I said to him, mate, why don't you raise all that money for yourself? And he goes, what about all the other kids? And you know what? That is exactly right. Personally, I'm a selfish SOB and I would only worry about me. Scott, he worries about everybody else. Does every other kid that's found themselves in this situation and parent that's got to get them through it have access to the services he's got? So when I donated a little bit more. And I'll donate again this year. I just think that it's worth helping him out. And you're going to go, what's an Australian donating to a US cause for? Well, why not? I am my brother's keeper. There but for the grace of God. In the genetic shuffle that created me, it could have been me, it could have been you. And that is a thing that I learnt a long time ago. Stuff happens in life, but it's what you do about it. And it's what you do for others that makes life worthwhile. If you are your brother's keeper, looking after his son is even easier than looking after the father. And remembering the incredible work that every mother does is no harder. You're going to go, well, what's the point? What's in it for me? That's what's in it for you. Now, I like problems that I feel like I've contributed when I've donated. But to be honest, if I was any closer to you, Scott, I'd be a bit more help. People forget that when you live with a child with disability, you miss out as a parent. Social gatherings, time off, holidays. And hopefully Scott's church rallies around him and gives him that little bit extra help that people need. When it comes to kids, of course, you're always protective. You want to make sure that they're safe. Funny, you know, kids are safer now than any time in history, but you wouldn't believe it. You really wouldn't. You'd think that your kid's going to get kidnapped at breakfast from the table and something terrible is going to happen to them. Unfortunately, that is the nature of television and news. Most people are good. Not everybody, so, you know, I say trust but verify. I'm a big fan of Ronald Reagan's comment to Gorbachev. Trust but verify. I think parents need to keep an eagle eye. My dad and mum did a great job of making sure that we were always protected. By the same token, we had freedom that most kids wouldn't know about. We'd go riding 10, 20 kilometres of a weekend on our push bikes. We'd go adventuring. We'd own, oh, heaven forbid, knives. When I got older, I bought a gun. Safest place to be when I had a gun was next to the thing I was shooting at. There's many a rabbit out there that used to dance around the hole. He knew I couldn't hit him. So the worst place to be when I was shooting was beside me. Because if I turned around with the gun, chances are you were looking down the barrel. I know, that's not how you use guns. I learned how to use a gun. Then I discovered, once I got good at it, I didn't like killing things, so I gave it up. Well, it was okay while I was bad at a gun. I didn't know I didn't like killing things. It was rare that I hit anything. But when I got good at it and I realised how easy it was to take life, I wasn't so keen on it. I have just had a nice shave. So Noah, happy birthday, mate. You got the best present in the world. You got good parents. You don't appreciate good parents until they're gone. Then you realise it's your turn and you've lost the manual God gave you, which was your parents. They're the ones that tell you how to get through all this stuff that happens in life. I think I will go for some suede balm and I'm off to have a brekkie. A working breakfast. I'll work at watching other people make me breakfast. Oh, as always, suede goes down on top of Katie's Bubbles. Some more love for Noah. Absolutely perfectly. I'm Steve, your daily shaver. Wishing you all the best of shaves. Look, good food, good friends, good shaves. And while it's supposed to be important, it's more important to give Noah a bit of love today. I'm Steve, your daily shaver. Wishing you all the best of shaves. To you, Scott, Mrs. Ostermiller, and of course, don't forget his sister. You never appreciate the family until you appreciate what your siblings do for you. I'm Steve, your daily shaver. Wishing you all the best of shaves. Good shaves and goodbye.
Bearded man, you think that you're so cool, but your face looks like a small marsupial.